what voice clips are we gonna have for this segment? I'll let it play out.
Select a memory card.
Sorry, I talked over that.
Select a file.
Do you recognize that voice? Well, it's not maybe not.
Options. You get to customize the features.
It may not seem recognizable.
Sound test. You get to listen to the music playing during the game.
Sorry, I'm gonna be interrupted, but it may not be recognizable right away, but this is actually Tikal.
Let's get him!
I'll just let it play out here, then get to fully commentate.
Which game do you want to play?
Because, gotta hear the voice clips, yo.
Select a character.
Let's get him!
Which stage do you want to play?
So yeah, this is indeed the
Select
final
a
voice
character.
clip
Let's get him!
that we'll be hearing. And if I've not already said it, you can apparently get these voice clips during like some Japanese ranking data, and if you upload it, you can like get these voice clips, and you can also get all voice clips. So anyway, welcome to the Millennium Rings videos. So basically, in this video, I show all Millennium Rings and a few secrets that I have not really shown, with every single character as well. Also, in case you haven't noticed already, this is entirely post-commentary because this would have been too long and boring for me otherwise. So I'm gonna show like the process of getting to the Millennium Rings. That's mainly why this video is like an hour long. And as you notice, when you touch a Millennium Ring, it plays Palm Tree Panic from Sonic CD, I believe. And so pretty much every time you see me touch any of these Millennium Rings, you're gonna hear that yay every single time. There's like 50 of these things. Well, there's like 20 different rings or something like that, but 50 total between everybody. So, if I do have nothing to talk about, I might as well talk about what happened in the huge gap between the Sonic Adventure videos. I'm still trying to do my best to post videos and record them. This is footage from like a month ago, and I've carefully chopped it up, and yet still somehow ended up with an hour and 7 minutes though. If I have nothing to talk about, I might as well have other
Jump
subjects
on
planned,
panel
which
number
I
one.
do.
It will take you to
But otherwise,
panels 2 and 3.
Here I
And as
am,
soon as you land on
trying
the
to get
panel,
Millennium
press your
Rings.
ball.
This one here specifically, is the first hard one, because, yeah, as you see, it's like on that tiny island there, which you wouldn't immediately think to jump down on. You would think you would have to drop down on these jump panels, but no. You have to get the camera to show you where it is, and then try to jump towards it. You can use the jump cancel technique to help make your accuracy more better about it, but it's still hard. I don't consider these Millennium Rings gotten until you touch them, and thus that jingle plays. Also, cut there because I had a couple of deaths, as you'll see shortly. I'm not showing just the Millennium Rings. I'm showing, if I haven't said it already, I think I have, but I'm also showing secrets I never showed off. This one here is only reachable by Sonic, and this one kind of sucks because that spring right there, you can't home attack it because Sonic will bounce off the ground and miss the spring and die. You have to walk off it. Also, do you think we had enough of this loop already? Like, I'm specifically showing these deaths just to show you how awful it is in rememoration of Part 2. You all remember that, right? And it's just pretty much showing no matter how many times I play this, whether Let's Playing or, like, in my own free time, I always seem to have, like, 5 deaths in that loop. That loop just sucks. I don't know if it's just emulation or if it's actually the game itself. That loop just sucks. Luckily, I finally attempted to spin dash and found the guaranteed to work as long as I used the camera. Oh boy, not showing the entrance to Skinopolis. For a good reason though. I've looked all over, there is no Millennium Ring in the first section. There's only a Millennium Ring in here. The I don't know how to pronounce the word. I'm just gonna say the garbage. Because that's just what you are. If I haven't shown that already, there's the poor man's route. I'm pretty sure I already did. Guess where the Millennium Ring is? It's in the garbage. Which is pretty funny. I honestly like that spot. It's very humorous. So these Millennium Rings, do you get anything for getting any of them? No, you don't. Except for music that replaces the action stage music. I like this Millennium Ring here. It's just taking a nice bath. Make the ring. Thank you, Tails. Yeah, Tails can activate him. Touch that a few more times, why don't you? Which is kind of handy that Tails can activate him for you. Though you can see the Millennium Rings, there are some that are impossible to touch, obtain. I will show those rings off, but you'll see what I mean. Yeah, cutting to the snowboard section right away. I could have cut into where the ring was, but there's just a few highlights. Plus, it gives me time to talk about other stuff. Like this here. I try to do the glitch for like the 10th time. I just can never get it to work. I can get it to work in the Steam version, but not the Dreamcast. I can get it to work in the GameCube version, but I'm not personally did it that much in the GameCube version. I apparently had more experience with the Steam version, even though the Steam I had less playtime in the Steam version. But that's probably because the GameCube had like a more complex chow system, or the Game Gear games, which I am kind of fond of. Also, if I haven't said before, could someone please tell me if, specifically in the Dreamcast version, what triggers the 2 snowboards? There's one from Sonic 3, and there's one from Sonic Triple Trouble, I believe. If it's not Triple Trouble, I believe it's Sonic Chaos. And I believe the one I'm riding on now is from Sonic 3. The one with the flames is from Sonic Triple Trouble, I believe. I'll put it in post if I'm wrong. Then again, I might not put it in post if I'm wrong, because I really don't want to have to edit through this a 3rd time, though I am going to have to watch it to make sure the commentary is okay-ish. I might have to do 2 separate post commentaries because yeah, I'm just never ready to post commentate. I'm never ready to commentate in general, but post commentary seems like the worst for me. It's like I just can never do it. But here I am now trying to do it. Bits of silence here and there might be common between this, because this is a frickin' hour and 7 minutes long. I've commentated through worse, like Paper Mario, the event that nobody likes, which is just getting remaining treasures and hidden stuff. Which, honestly, it might be a common thing you might see me do. Like, when I do RPGs, I always seem to go treasure hunting in the last few hours of gameplay. And it's only the right thing to do. So yeah, I could have shown this Millennium Ring right off the bat, because it's at the frickin' end of the stage and you can't miss it. Also, awkward cut there because you can dodge getting in the roller coaster. You don't get any benefits from it though. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to get anywhere without getting in the roller coaster, so there's no point in trying to avoid it. You saw how far that distance was? even if you did a perfect diagonal boost, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to make it. I mean, come on, you can't even set up a diagonal boost. I don't think the camera would allow you to. There's no free cam in this version of the game. There's only free cam in any version that's not the Dreamcast, I'm afraid. So yeah, there you go. If I haven't talked about any other events already, I did mention them in post in the last segment of this, but I can't actually do them because they are Japanese or European only. I tried changing the language, it doesn't work. Oh, and by the way, the Kart DLC that had the supersonic racing music, there is another version of that event, but the only difference is the icon. That's literally the only difference. I haven't tested it myself. Maybe it fixes the thing for Knuckles, where the music's just allergic to Knuckles. So here we go, the beginning of rings you're not supposed to get, like this one. You see in speedruns all the time, I'm pretty sure, that if you... The fastest way is to go across the top of these buildings and whatnot. The building they don't go across is this, and this happens to have the Millennium Ring, which Sonic is actually not supposed to go to. That's one of the very few Millennium Rings that are like that. You'll see more later. I admit this may be a bit boring at times because, yeah, I don't cut straight to the ring. I show the process from the area's start to the ring itself. This Millennium Ring's actually pretty far away, so I might as well use this time to, let's see, what do I have planned to talk about? I could talk about stages, because as this game as a whole, I've talked about the stories. I've pretty much, I don't got any real opinion on them. Like my review, when I talked about the Supersonic story in the credits, I did miss a few details. Like, I'll saying this right now. My problem with the story of Sonic Adventure, it's like the problem with the cutscenes is that they make things way too obvious and characters too stupid. Like, it's quite obvious what's going on. You don't have to show the same thing like 2 or 3 times, especially in Tikal's past. Like frickin' 4 of them are basically the same thing, just an expansion of it.
Move forward by attacking the enemies.
And, especially during the Supersonic part, where they ruin the sadness just by making things dumb. It's still saddening, but when you make it obvious, it just ruins everything. Not in a sad way, but in a way that makes you want to go boo. Also, here's one of the very few instances where I actually take a look at it, seeing if there's Millennium Rings I don't know about, or secrets. I think this is the first secret I show. I don't know if I ever showed this, but that one-up right there, I specifically know that one-up from Veggie Gamer. I did not know that one-up existed until I watched Veggie Gamer's playthrough of this game, which admittedly was actually good. The only problem was he only played Sonic Story. And if you're watching this, I would actually love it if you did finish this game, and by finish I mean play everyone else's story. I would say you wouldn't have to do Supersonic, but if you do all stories, you might as well, because, you know, you unblocked them and the story is rather short. Sigh, it's just... There are times where I wish people could do a 130 emblem run like I am doing right here, plus additional stuff. But alas, no one really does so. Not that I can find anyway. I also did look, there does exist Dreamcast versions of this game playthroughs. There does exist some, just not very many of them. Nice climbing backwards there, Tails. You had one job. You were supposed to follow Sign, not like play chicken with him. Ooh, I don't know if I talked about that glitch yet, but similar to Sonic Adventure 2, more knownly, I think. Knownly. But if you get hit and fall off, you can apparently do a mid-air jump, which can really save your hide sometimes. Okay, so this part right here, this section of Skydeck. Remember how I said I couldn't? Remember how I said I could never get enough of the loop from Windy Valley? This right here is kind of the same thing, but this one's actually worse, because no matter who I see or no matter how I play, there's just like way too many enemies. You get hit like 5 or 20 times. It's just terrible. Also, yeah, I did not know those jump panels existed until I searched for the Millennium Rings. Like, keep in mind, I was also searching for hidden secrets. And remember, I'm not cutting any of this out because A, I'm seeing if there's like any capsules we never knew about, and B, you just need to see the hell that is this section of the stage. Specifically the beginning of it. Well, just all of it, really. It's just, all of it's just terrible. Like, I get it, Eggman stage, base stages are supposed to be terrible. They're not exactly peaceful, they're not exactly natural feeling. It's a man-made living hell. With, like, bullet hell, basically. If you haven't noticed already, apparently if you stay on the ground and stay put, you're also immune to wind. The only thing you shouldn't do is jump, because that will blow you away like a million miles per hour and you can't do anything about it, even when you land. Yeah, I really hate these cannons and enemies, because, like, I do charge, and there's, like, so many that they fire as soon as I do spin dash. I can never get a break. I mean, look at that. You can even see in the distance just how many cannons there are. Just, yeah. I think we can all agree to one thing, though. Never stand still, even if you have to. Like, just ignore the fact that there's wind and just go, go, go. That's really the only strategy for this part. Like, the beginning part, sure, hang on to something, there's nothing firing you. But when it's safe to run, you better run to this place as fast as you can, because if you don't, yeah, you're gonna suffer like I did. I suppose they did a good job of making up for it, though, by giving you, like, a whole bunch of shields. I don't know how many... I wasn't paying attention to how many shields there were, but there were a lot. Also, yeah, here's the Millennium Ring. Like, well hidden, I must say. You're not gonna immediately think to go there. By the way, I'm not gonna edit in the music this time, like... I did it once to prove that no music's being in here, but you know what? I don't want to edit this like a third time. I really don't. Like another YouTuber, I am also afraid if I encode a video too much, then it will turn out shitty. And no one wants that. Also, as you see right there, the hologram of the 2000 is apparently solid, and you can actually stand on it. Guess where this Millennium Ring is? Yep, it's right there. Remember, not all Millennium Rings are hidden. Some are just in your way. Ooh, highlight right here. Yeah. Apparently, Tails flew in such a way that he actually activated a switch for me. Which was really nice. I wonder if a TAS did it. No, they wouldn't even bother activating the switches at all. In fact, activating the switches at all, even if they're not going for them, would slow them down. A TAS would just pop right through the door. Because, you know, you can pop through the door if you spin dash it in a certain way. Okay, this Millennium Ring, the guide I had specifically said this was really hard to find because it's so dark. Like, I think you're going to see that as you're reflecting the mirror. I'm like, look how much light's in here. Like, I think you're going to see that ring. Like, hard to find my ass. Something I want to mention is that, if you hear me going, okay, come on, please load, or something like that, I'm actually viewing this in Movie Maker, which is the program I use to edit the videos. And sometimes I have a problem where, when I split a video, or yeah, just splitting a video, then it takes forever to load even as I'm playing the video. So if you hear me complaining that something's not loading, that is why. So yeah, this is a long kind of part of the video right here. Just this in particular. It's like, when I first played this game, this part was absolute hell to me. I mean, it's not even that hard, it's just that it's the impatience that really kills me. Because, you know, it's frickin' Sonic. And speaking of impatience, you'll definitely see that way later in this stage, as Sonic. Like, this stage has possibly the most obscure secret I've ever seen in any Sonic game. Also, did you see that Millennium Ring there? Also, yeah, just walking up there. I can't remember why I did that. Possibly camera issues. Oh, speaking of camera issues, look at this. Why did the camera do that? I don't understand. Oh yeah, did you notice my live counter? Did you notice how when I start the stage, some stages, I have more than 4 lives? That is because I've cleared missions B and A on every stage as a character, that means I can actually save lives now when I'm going to stage, just like story mode. Which is kind of awesome. Clearly for a perfect game, I have to get everyone up to 99 lives. I hope that isn't the kitty, because I'm post-commentary again. When I'm post-commentary, I can't really pause or anything. I mean, I could pause and, like, do a second post-commentary. I might actually have to do a third post-commentary in that case, because I might have to do a little intro. Because, the reason I took so long is because of a very major problem, which I'm 99% sure I'm not going to explain in this video. I might explain it in the special game I might do after Kirby's Dream Land, which I already did and posted. Part 4 was supposed to be posted after this, but because of the problem, I posted it because, you know, I had it. I didn't want to let you know that I'm dead and whatnot. And, like always, I keep saying this. I keep saying I'm gonna post videos faster from now on until I feel like I'm caught up so I can return to the normal schedule. I might not do the speeding up videos process anymore because, I don't know, it just puts on a lot of pressure on me. I have way too many big projects to do. And I can't really promise that I will stay consistent, as always. A, because I have big projects, and B, major things might come up again, like this. Well, not as major as this, but this one was really major. And then there's other problems like the headset's microphone dying out or the speaker dying out, and I have to replace this headset. This headset actually has like a 1-year warranty, but it always seems to like go dead in like 6 months or something. I don't know, it's just these kind of headsets are a piece of shit. But it's the only thing I can get, so I'm happy with that. Won't be getting a new one anytime soon. Won't be getting a better one anytime soon, I meant. Also, I apologize if the right side is going to be completely black, but I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm not keeping scores this time. Not in the bonus videos. Even though the tiles don't really specifically say they're bonus videos, but basically the score stopped as soon as Supersonic ended. I'm not going to show the totals until the very last part. Or not the very last part. Okay, so this secret here, right here. Look when I come in the room. Did you see that? I'll give you a hint. It's still on the screen, now it's not. So, see that platform? It very slowly moves up, and if you stand here for, I kid you not, 2 minutes and 25 seconds, this platform actually gets low enough so you can jump on it. I mean, look how slow it goes. And yeah, you're seeing up there, there is stuff up there. This has got to be the most obscure Sonic secret I've ever seen in my life.
Better get going.
In fact, this might be the most obscure secret ever. Like, this is definitely high up there. Like, even if it's not really obscure, who the hell is gonna stay in this room for 2.5 minutes? I might as well talk about how I thought you were supposed to get on this platform. Like, I saw the platform, I thought what you had to do was, like, spin dash on the stairs, because they do give you altitude, and if you jump just right, you'll avoid hitting the ceiling and keep your upwards momentum, just very barely giving you enough height for this platform, or even those ladders up there. I never succeeded, but apparently I did dick around enough for this platform to actually get low enough, or for me to notice that it's actually going downwards, so I just kept staring at it. And yeah, here you go. Also, I don't know what that reflection is, but it looks like a pinball table.
Just you wait, Robotnik.
Clearly that should be added as DLC, except not really. Because Sonic and Pinball don't really go together, except they actually do. Never mind. So yeah, this platform sure is still taking its time. I can't quite jump up there yet. If only Tails could help me. He sure isn't. But yeah, not only do you have to wait 2 minutes and 25 seconds for this platform to get low enough so you can jump on it. You also have to wait an additional minute or two to even get on the ladders, and then you have to avoid the bombs very perfectly so you can even get to the contents of the secret. What is the contents of the secret? I'm not gonna say until they're revealed. Oh yeah, and by the way, this sure did give me time to
Just you wait, Robotnik.
show the whole palm tree panic music. You know, the one with the yay and woo! It must be excited that I'm showing the secret. This is exciting, isn't it? And yeah, I'm first personing here to show precisely how slow this is, in case I haven't mentioned that enough yet. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's anything that moves slower than this. Sonic was supposed to be fast. I am indeed high enough to get on the ladders, but just to be extra sure, I do wait a little longer. Hey, look at this garbage you have to go through. And what do you get from this secret? You get the mother load. 4 1-ups. That's it. You could spend this time on anything else, and I can guarantee you will have more reward than this. I suppose the secret is useful for the final fight, but really, do you really want to waste 3 or 4 minutes of your life to get that many 1-ups for the final boss? I mean, the final boss is tough. What if you're, like, nervous? What if you're so nervous that you wait in that room for 3 minutes? Also, cut there because I failed the glitch. The glitch where you get into the Emerald Coast's tails. Remember, I'm also showing Millennium Rings that you're not supposed to get to. Like this one. I mean, there is indeed a Millennium Ring in here. Why would I not be showing this? And if Tails didn't randomly die when I get to the other part, there might have been a Millennium Ring there too. Also, I must point out,
Come on, Tails.
I didn't really show it, but
You should
if
be able
you
to find a shortcut.
go to the Orca part and fly in a certain way, the Orca doesn't actually chase you, which is actually kind of nice. Also, as you see here, that spring does not exist. This is indeed a different version of Windy Valley. What are the point of those running shoes? Seriously, you just fly in the stage. Like you're meant to. You're meant to fly everywhere. You're meant to be broken. Nice draw distance. I don't really know why I was following the course by its rules, because I know the Millennium Ring only is here. Once again, I could be cutting to it, but I wanted to show the process of getting to it, so I make absolute sure people know where these rings are. I could be like a guide and say, oh, this ring is at the end, I mean, it's just before the end. Oh, this ring is after, like, the 5th checkpoint.
Hey!
But I really don't feel like saying stuff like that, because if you don't really know this game, you're not gonna quite make out what the 5th checkpoint is. You're not gonna quite make out where this frame is.
You made it.
I don't know, I just don't prefer things like that. Like, text-only guides can say stuff like that, but I would prefer if they say, in the area where blah, so-and-so exists.
Come on, Tails.
Like, sure, they can still say that after the checkpoint, but they have to make sure they also say where so-and-so exists.
All right, Tails.
Once again, I don't know why I'm showing this whole clip. I guess it's just another highlight, I guess, if you can call it that. I guess it's like practice for when I show another thing. Which, evolves this in a way, not skiing as a whole, but another thing. I honestly do enjoy the skiing, I really do. I think they implemented that really well. Although it could have been better because you jump all over the fucking place.
All right, Tails.
The snow's too bouncy. So, while I'm skiing, I might as well talk about the stages, if I haven't discussed them enough. Emerald Coast, I feel like it done a good job of being the first typical Green Hill-like stage, and it's a really nice introduction to Sonic Adventure. Although the bad parts are also an introduction to the bad parts, so whatever. But we still forgive it because it's nice, easy relaxation and whatnot. Windy Valley, I love it. Although it could have been better if it's shown beta stuff of it. I could imagine it with every character. I love the wind element. I love the fact that it led to a Chaos Emerald. They really made it felt like it was a special stage-ish. Also, this right here. Excellent. Oh yeah, this. Look, no Millennium Ring. See? It's supposed to be here, it's just not. There is not a single Millennium Ring in specifically Tails' version of Skydeck. Why am I showing this? Well, I did fail to show off one or two things in this stage, like a platform you saw for like 3 frames there. But if you fly in the dash ring and then fly down here, there's apparently a rocket that takes you halfway through the stage. It takes you under the stupid section where Tails can potentially glitch out. This other thing I'm about to show, and there might be some editing problems in this because I might have forgotten to cut it out. Yeah, I definitely forgot to cut it out, but whatever. Apparently... No, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say it. Also, I apologize if you hear any noise that isn't me. And the beep that the microphone always makes when I turn the boost up ridiculously high. But, whatever. It's not that bothersome. Okay, see that dash ring that is, like, pointing upwards and such? Look where it leads to. Yeah, right on top.
You think you can keep up with me?
Sorry about that.
Tails, wait for me!
Anyway, talking about the stages. Stage 3, Casinopolis. I really like the idea that you have to win a certain amount of rings and you can't really lose any. Actually, you can still lose some, but not if you're playing Knights Pinball. I really do like... I do like the pinball in theory. Well, overall, I actually still do like it. The only thing I don't like about it is the physics. I do like everything else, though. That's really all I have to say about it. Oh, I do love the fact that there exists a garbage area if you fail at life. It really makes you feel like a loser. But hey, maybe sometimes you're meant to be a loser, because even losers can make a ridiculous comeback. They just gotta do it right. Plus, there's also the fact that just because you're ahead doesn't mean you'll win. Watch out for those come-from-behind victories. And that's kind of what the garbage area is kind of like. It's a come-from-behind victory. Also, this Millennium Ring, I failed to notice it from far away. Like, I don't always notice stuff like this.
You'll never defeat me.
Also, I'm not sure what I was doing here. I think I had to take a break. You might see me pause like that sometimes. But, oh, hi, cat. Hello, frame of stupidness.
You'll never defeat me.
So once again, going into a glitch area, phase right through the plane. Going into glitch areas, showing off rings that is accessible through glitches. Also, my opinion on free falling like this, I really love it. I wish it was actually a thing with Tails. It would have been really fun. Like, this would have been a nice race, Tails versus Sonic, because Tails is only very slightly faster. Anyway, stages. Stage 4, Ice Cap. I really enjoyed the... Touch that ring a few more times, why don't you? I really enjoyed the ice theme of it. I really enjoyed
I win.
the fact that everything was frozen, including rings, yourself, checkposts, and whatnot. It was a really nice touch. I especially love the skiing part. I also did like the secret area in the limestone cave. And speaking of Big the Cat, I forgot. I really did like the secret area in Emerald Coast. I really wish it would have been accessible by Sonic, though. That I forgot to mention. And I forgot about Casinopolis. I really like the above area that Sonic can't access. I do like the pirates, I do like the lion, I do like the overall decoration. And bit of secrets to it. I do like how the Sonic statue actually gradually builds itself. Oh, by the way, this Millennium Ring right here, my guide said the mast of the ship. But I'm pretty sure the mast is like the front of the ship. And this ring is located on the back of the ship. So the guide could have said the poop deck, not the mast. I think the poop deck is the back. Yeah, completely ignoring the emeralds, yeah. Also, I like how some of these rings spin, some of them stand still, some of them lie lazily on the ground. Well, would you look at that, the Millennium Ring's not here in Knuckles' version of the stage. Going back to stages. Yeah, Ice Cap. Yeah, I like the iciness, I like the secret area, I like the skiing. Stage 5. Speed Highway. No, Twinkle Park. I enjoyed the kart section. I enjoyed the overall theme parkness to it. Yeah, acrobatics, go! Enjoyed the theme park to it. I enjoyed the fishing area. I enjoyed the minigames associated with it. I like Twinkle Circuit. If we're counting that as the same stage, it pretty much is. That's really all I can say about it, really. Oh yeah, I do like the mirror room. I don't so much like the bait rings. Hello, Millennium Ring. Bye, Millennium Ring. Yeah. I really don't like the fact that I missed the ring from like 10 miles away. And, well, that is a good reason to miss them, because, you know, they're 10 miles away. They're like 1 centimeter thick and you can't really notice it. Anyway. Speed Highway. I really love the speed emphasis. I love the fact that it was in a big city. I don't like the fact that just one building can lead to that Metropolis. It really makes no sense. Also, if I mention it, and as you saw there, that ring can't be dug through, and you can climb on the rings. Just not very easily. By the way, this ring here, it took me forever to get to touch this ring, and when I did touch it, a surprise happens. Camera? Camera. Thank you, camera. Anyway, Speed Highway. Yeah, I talked about the first section enough. I do like the alleged extreme platforming if you don't really know how to fly effectively or skip the dash rings. I do like the shortcuts and alternate paths, and the many buildings you can... Good, Knuckles. And the many buildings you can actually go on top of. It does have a Shadow the Hedgehog theme to it, and I like that. I do like the section where you run down the building very fast, and there's these helicopters to dodge, and fences for some reason, I don't know why, but I do enjoy that. Especially breaking glass at the end, that really feels extreme. I do like the At Dawn section. I do like the pleasant treasure hunt feel to it. Although the road kind of sucks. But I guess that's intentional. You're not... Knuckles isn't really supposed to hunt on the ground level. He hunts high in the skies, from like a bird's eye view. That's what Tails does. Knuckles just goes on whatever he wants. From walls especially. I do like the fact that it is done. Hello! Can someone explain to me what this camera is, and why it's doing that? Also, the reason it's going bright and dark is because I was rotating the camera. Don't ask. It just does. Okay, so, anyway, Red Mountain... It's okay. I know, it may not sound like it, but I do like Red Mountain. I honestly can't really say if it's my least favorite Mystic Ruin stage. It's definitely not my least favorite stage, period. But I'm trying to think of what I could say about Red Mountain. Yeah, it is a hot level, it's a mountainous level, it's adventurous. There's machinery for some reason. I like how the ring is actually reflected in there. I think that's a nice touch. Although the message hologram is backwards. Yeah. Jeez, I cannot find things to say about Red Mountain. Like, it is a good stage. I just thought it... I guess the only bad thing about Red Mountain is... It could have had more similarities to Lava Reef Zone, because I believe that's what Red Mountain is supposed to be. It's just Lava Reef. Because it is the only volcano on Angel Island.
The robots won't see you if you hide in a barrel.
And yeah, basically all I like about Red Mountain is that it is a good lava theme level in the fact that it's chill and adventurous.
Hold on to the handle and turn the key to the left.
It is a
Open the
good
door.
level to build up to the egg care because, you know, you're going high on the mountains. As for the inside volcano part, I'd say that part is slightly about the same, honestly. It's kind of meh, honestly. I don't know, I guess I'm not really a fan of lava stages. I'm more not of a fan of deserts. Actually, I'm more a fan of desert stages than I am lava stages. I really don't know what to say about Red Mountain, just what I've already said. Although I really find the hologram mummy hooligan fugitives really weird. How many times have I played those games and I just now noticed those monitors in the center of the room? There's a few minor aspects to the games that I really compliment for being so subtle. I thought that was a Millennium Ring right there. No, it's not. I did check all these tubs, though, for any Millennium Rings. There's not a single one in there. Anyway. Skydeck. It's okay at best. I really wished it could have been handled better. Like, say, better visual cues for when the wind's gonna go extremely high. Better sense of gravity. Maybe, like, cannons that you can actually shoot from. Those would have been nice. Also, was that another Millennium Ring that I missed? I think the hologram on the Millennium Ring, the 2000, only appears with the hologram itself. Yeah, that's not a Millennium Ring. I'm watching through, so I'm like, say, how did I miss that Millennium Ring? No, it's not. It's just part of the decoration. Don't mistake him like I just did right now. I didn't mistake him when I was doing this, so why am I mistaking him now? This is footage from like a month ago. I kid you not. And I'm just now editing it. Anyway. But yeah, Skydeck, that's really all I can say about it. It's okay at best. I really wish it could have been implemented better. Given more obvious stuff of signals of what's happening. Also, watch here. That is why you should not jump. Because you'll go right through it. Also, awkward cut right there because I had to BRB. And I was recording the whole time, basically. So, yeah, awkward cut. Or not awkward cut, but like, suddenly. You get it. Anyway. Lost World, awesome level. I love the ancient feel to it. I love the puzzles you have to do. I love the trials. I feel like it's genuinely challenging. An actual, genuine, challenging level. That's really all I can say about it, really. Final egg, which is this stage. Total score. Idiot. Actually, okay, no. I love the fact that it is the final. I love the overall final build-up to it. In the sense that, yeah, it is also genuinely challenging. But unlike Skydeck, this one does the Eggman feel better. Because you're not on a frickin' skyscraper, like always on the danger of falling through bottomless pit. I'm not really a fan of levels where 90% of the stage is bottomless pits. I'm not a fan of those at all. I hate them.
Use the switch to bring the elevator down. Until it comes down, hide somewhere.
Also, I'm gonna point this out, like, replacing the void with quicksand will not help. If it's still falling to your doom, and 90% of it is that's not gonna help. If you replace the void with quicksand, that's not helping. If you replace the void with lava, that doesn't help either. You're still gonna die. And yeah. Anyway. Final. Yeah, I appreciate... I love the final feel to it. I love how this stage does the Eggman right. I especially love the huge amount of secrets in the stage. Many of which are actually genuinely challenging to get to. But a few of them are, yeah, they take way too much of your time to be worth it. Some of them are way too out of the way. Just... yeah. Also, here's the beginning of a part where I have trouble activating the ring. Oh, so I like that right there. Just touch the ring, stare at us, and just float up without any context. And finally, Hot Shelter. Not as good as Final Egg, but it's definitely better than Skydeck. I love how it's the one stage with where you can adventure with Big and Amy. I do like the gauntlet you have to go through with Gamma. I feel like basically Hot Shelter was the correct choice for these three characters. Though I would like a character that can actually swim, that isn't big, to be playable. Why can't this area exist as Sonic? Why can't it? By the way, before you ask, is there a Millennium Ring in the secret areas big? No. I checked. Why would I not be showing it? Peekaboo, I see you. Anyway. The mini-games. I already talked about Twinkle Circuit, pretty much the same as Twinkle Park. I enjoy the carts. Though I really wish you can access the secret cart normally. Which is a bummer. I like Sand Hill. It's definitely better than the Ice Cap snowboarding minigame. I do like the idea of Hedgehog Hammer. And I love the boss rush. I like boss rushes in general. I'm a fan of them. Okay, so anyway, this right here, I never figured out how to unplug this plug without pulling your rod too much, but that's not what you do. To unplug this plug, I won't say until I actually do it, but pay close attention to what I actually do. Come on. You noticed that, right? I did not reel in at all. What I did was tug the lure. That's what you do. You don't have to reel it, you just tug it. Like you're fighting the fish. Oh boy, Gamma. Yeah, Gamma does not want to touch these rings. You'll see that problem, especially in the certain stage later. Like, jeez. Excuse me. Anyway, the stages as a whole,
The Sonic target.
overall, really good.
Destroy the targets, and you'll
The physics are really nice. I appreciate the characters used in every stage, although more could have been used for certain ones. For example, Windy Valley. Windy Valley could have been expanded. I don't know if I showed this secret yet, but in addition to the Millennium Ring, this Millennium Ring right there also shows some secrets. They're not really secrets, more like extra targets to shoot, so you definitely get the A mission, but you don't need any of this, so I don't see what's the point. I mean, it's nice to get like the highest score possible, I'll give it that. But, really wish this was more approachable. I really wish it was. Apparently that's how you're supposed to get the rings without shooting them. Also, remember that platform up there that you see sometimes when you in the stage? This is how you get to it. What does it lead to? many targets. Like, so many targets. Who would think to come up here, though? You don't need any of them. And they don't appear until you get up there, so you're not gonna hit them right away. Okay, so I believe that I've talked about pretty much every aspect of the game as a whole, except for Chow at this point. So, and Chow, I think I have finally decided how I'm going to do Chow for once. So, I might as well discuss it here. So, I might explain it again when... I might do it like a part 0, explaining exactly what I'm gonna do, and explaining what help I might need. Because I still really don't want to do it alone. I got the whole, like, Chow community to help me. Open, that is. And if you're a fan of Chow, or you're from Chow Island, you could probably help me. Oh boy, Windy Valley. Why do I say that? Well, why do I say it like that? Well, I won't say it yet, but anyway, Chow. I'm going to be doing, like, 2 separate series. One of them's going to be primary, which is just me showing off me raising the Chow. And the second series is going to be, like, tutorials on advanced stuff. Like, how did it exactly function. Just very much. Okay, so right here. He does not activate it. So I'm like, really? 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 Hat Ring doesn't like Gamma. That's the only... That's like one of 2 rings that can't be activated in any way. The second is, incidentally, in this stage. Where? I'm not going to say it until I actually show you the damn thing. You know, I honestly was very doubtful I could actually commentate for this long, but I'm actually turned out to be not bad at all. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I don't think I could have commentated for this long, but I don't want to do it again. I want to avoid this as much as possible, if I can help it. Because when I commentate for this long, it tires me out. In fact, I think I've grown tired since like the 40-minute mark, or 45-minute mark, which is why I kind of am trying to do 30-minute videos on average. So yeah, I'm trying to first person there. If you don't know, yeah, there it is. That's the other ring you can't get to. I'm very sure there's no way to get to it. There's no spring, there's no platforms. Gamma can't walk up slopes very well. You just can't do it. There's this proper Millennium Ring, as you're supposed to get. I really wish the Millennium Rings gave you, like, could be collected. Like, as well as playing the music, they could be collected and, like, give you, like, 50 rings. That would have been actually very nice. Anyway, finally, here's the last Millennium Ring. At least, yeah, it is the last one. Apart from, like, sorry about that, and apart from, like, mini-game Millennium Rings, which, honestly, I'm not gonna show because... yeah, there's only, like, 2 of them, and they're exactly the same. They're Sonic and Tails' snowboarding ice cap minigame. Those are the rings. Those are the only ones I'm not showing. Apart from any other glitch rings I may or may not know about. Maybe if I do the action stage glitch... or, no, it's not called. The trial mode glitch. Maybe if I do that, there might be other rings. Feel free to let me know if you're that type of person. Like, I'd be interested to watch or listen. So, anyway, closing thoughts on the DLC. I really love the fact that they included DLC and they cared for this game very much. And it was like the opening of 3D Sonic and special stuff for it. I really like the references like Knights or Sonic CD or Super Sonic Racing. I do like the AT&T events. Those were actually really good and fairly challenging. Genuinely. I do appreciate the additional stuff like the voice clips. Those were a nice touch. Although they are really Japan only, but you can just download them and have an easier time. And the Millennium Rings. What do I think of them? I really wish they actually did indeed do stuff when you did collect them other than play the Palm Tree Panic music. But that's okay, they don't have to. Actually, they could have also been candidates for an even 150 emblems, or 160, or whatever number is even, that's not 130. But yeah, this game could have used additional emblems. This was a very good candidate for it. Also, this brings in the worst location. But other than that, the rest of the Millennium Ring touched that a few more times, why don't you? Anyway, the Millennium Rings are very good placed, although some are kind of lazily placed. Some of them well hidden, or actually fairly challenging to get to or touch. I really wish they would take account into the rings that were accessible by other characters. Like, I don't know, I'm basically saying I really wish they actually kept track of how many Millennium Rings you actually found out of this number, and they actually gave you something for it, for additional fun. And yeah, overall on the DLC, I really wish it was in other versions of the game, like Sonic Adventure Director's Cut. Like, if you're like in control of like a mod of SADX, if you're listening to this video or watching it, please find a way to bring this stuff into Sonic Adventure Director's Cut. It would please me very so, and I'm very sure it would please a lot of other people as well, who doesn't really get to experience the Dreamcast experiences. They could very well easily, just by doing what I'm doing, but it wouldn't hurt to bring them in the Director's Cut version. Maybe they look nicer, sound nicer, and maybe you actually would bring in some rewards with it. Anyway, that's all I have to say for pretty much everything. I'm very certain I've gave my regards to, or not regards, but like thoughts on the whole game already, except for Chao. Really now, Chao's the only thing left. Actually, no, there's one more bonus video after this, and then Chao. And that is it. Like, it's like, I've been on this playthrough for, what, like, more than a year now, and I really want to move on to a different game. Like, I'm sorry that I haven't been so consistent and been having huge breaks, but I'm gonna try to fix it as best I can, but no promises this time. I'm very sorry. Anyway, now I think that's all I have to say about the game and what I've been through lately. Anyway, Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.